I'm fighting out with Mad Hatters in Chichester. I'm fighting Manuwa for the Featherweight amateur title. I know obviously the opponent's brother's a good fighter, so I know he's going to be training hard, so I've been training hard.
My name's Manuwa, I'm fighting out Lions Pride MMA. I'm fighting for the semi-pro featherweight belt tomorrow. We train very hard at Lions Pride, we work on everything.
Now I watched 2 of his fights, and yeah, he looks alright, he looks good, but then his opponents didn't look that great, so I don't think he's had a proper challenge yet. He's fighting for this title, so that's all I train for, that's all I do. So.
I don't really know much about my opponent. I watched a couple of his fights, but I'm expecting a hard fight. It's for the belt, so I wouldn't expect nothing less. I feel good about the title. It's always good to have belts behind you, but it's pros where the business is really at, so that's what I'm striving for.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is an amateur kilogram featherweight title contested over 3 4-minute rounds. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner and the Lions Pride Gym with a perfect record of 5-0, Manuwa. And now, for his opponents, fighting out of the red corner with a record of 6 wins, 1 loss, fighting out of Mad Hatters, Alec, Connelly.
So this fight is brought to you by Reaper Tattoo Studio. And now let's look at the tail of the tape. Manuwa, the taller man at 6 feet. Connelly, the slightly more experienced, but Manuwa, that perfect 5-0 record. And Chris, another big title fight here tonight.
KFN8 here in the Winter Gardens. The atmosphere At fever pitch, Malcolm, and it's the Lions Pride taking on the Mad Hatters. This one, a guaranteed outstanding matchup. Big kick from Ben Manuwa. He's got such great technique on turning those hips in.
And again, Chris, as with our previous title fight, we're looking at a distinct height difference. And in the previous bout, we had a textbook display of how to negate a taller man's strengths. I wonder if Alec Connelly can do the same here against Ben Manuwa.
I am 100% certain that the Lions Pride team has been very careful in their preparation. Notice the way that Manuwa is using that overhook and moving into the right underhook to defend the takedown. Mad Hatters going to have some great jiu-jitsu. Jack McGee there, high-level black belt. That being said, Manuwa takes a low shot.
Yes, there was a knee from Manuwa to the midsection. The reply from Connelly just strayed low. Manuwa made it known to the referee. He'll be given time to recover, but it did definitely stray low there.
There's some good dirty boxing and some good clinch work come from the Mad Hatters corner, but one shot a little bit low. Manuwa's going to have up to 5 minutes here under the unified rules to recover.
I don't think he'll take it fully, Chris. I think he'll want to get on, and he's saying now, I'm okay.
And the younger brother here of the poster boy touches gloves. Good show of sportsmanship.
Nice low kick from Connelly as the jab snaps out
And
from Manuwa.
And a grin from Manuwa, who took a kick and comes back to give one. There we go. He's got such great kicks. He's such a dynamic kicker. And lands just in very impressive fashion, just teeing off. And you can see immediately that the tactics of Connelly demand that he does not want to be at a distance where Connelly can execute those brutal shots.
And what makes this intriguing as well, we've seen Charlie Boy Howard in dynamic action earlier tonight, and he'll be looking closely at this one, Chris, at these two warriors.
Big time. You know, Charlie fought up in weight. This is where he normally fights. And what a fight Charlie versus either of these two would be. Manuwa using a nice high right overhook. He's using that to control the cage work here. You get a lot more leverage from that when you go deeper. It's not just having an underhook, it's having it deep enough.
And yes, and at every opportunity driving that knee into the midsection. It will take its toll over a period of time.
And Connelly, you know, said, look, I don't think Manuwa was that impressive in his previous performances. His opponents didn't look that good. Well, the counter to that would be Manuwa was just that much better. So
you didn't give them the opportunity to look good.
And precisely what I believe Alec Connelly's worry is here in cutting off the distance. He's doing a better job, I think, than he was in the first part of this round against the cage, but is getting reversed quite often. There's a back and forth struggle going on here with that over and under clinch. Manuwa taking his time, not working too hard. Very thoughtful approach thus far.
That's right, and for Connelly, he set out his stall. He wants him on his back, doesn't he?
Yeah, and Manuwa's doing a pretty good job of keeping his stance wide enough. You notice the way he sort of sprawls his feet wider to avoid things like that with an outside trip, for example. And if he does it long enough, it'll tax Connelly. You know, it takes a ton of energy to push the pace on guys. People don't understand. When you're in a technical battle here, a seesaw back and forth is occurring, and it is very,
I was just
very
about
difficult.
to say to you, how long do you think a referee will allow them to stay in this position, Chris?
Yeah, long enough to work it out, and that's a good separation. Neither fighter really being able to improve their position, so.
Manuwa looking to come forward, but both men light on their feet, nice movement. And that low kick is a good tactic from Connelly to work that lead leg of Manuwa.
Yeah, he's gonna have to be confident in the kickboxing. I don't think he believes in his head he's a better striker than Manuwa, but he's gotta make him think about it. This is MMA, you gotta be able to make your opponent second guess what it is you're gonna do. And if you're just a grappler, it's no longer sufficient. It's too one-dimensional.
And there's that nice low kick as well, and Manuwa nods, accepts it, and then comes forward and does the same back.
Man, what a kick, and a right hand and a right knee from Manuwa. I could see the sweat come flying off Alec Connelly's face from the impact. Just stringing combinations is Ben Manuwa.
Yes, and you saw the frustration on Connelly's face there. He did a good little job. He landed with a sneaky little right hand before that right leg, but he got punished for it as if it woke Manuwa up.
Yeah, Manuwa's ring craft is really something to behold. He makes his weight so well. I mean, you're looking at a guy who's always in camp, always in shape, and the way he mixed up good, straight punches, some nice, tidy round kicks, and more importantly, defensive clinch work and avoiding being taken to the mat, Malcolm.
So Chris, if we put it in perspective, there's not a lot that Alec Connelly is doing wrong. He's got some nice boxing of his own. He does that very good load chopping kick. His tactics, I feel, are good.
Yeah, they are. And, you know, they're certainly a little bit more diverse now as round 1 went on, and even in round 2, he's kicking a little bit more. And he's also showing some better footwork. But I think Manuwa's waiting to punish him, and there we go, that nice right hook, big right knee. The problem is if Manuwa waits too long and doesn't get off first, he may find himself up against the cage and in a position where it's a little bit more of an even fight, where he doesn't have that range advantage at all times.
You're right, he's definitely waiting for Alec Connelly to tee off and come forward. What I'd like to see with that, though, is that little movement to the side as Alec comes forward. You then catch him because he's got a superb left hook, Manuwa. You step off to the side as Connelly comes forward and then really land it with intent.
Manuwa just oozes confidence, though, and calculated ability. You know, as I said, he's a guy who's always in camp. This kid trains with one of the very best fighters in the world, his older brother, and a stable of killers over there in the Lions Pride. I mean, they have a saying over there, Lions eat first. We go in there to win. We go in there, we train to win. And if you think about what it takes to come in here with a fitness level, look at that, he just shakes his head. He's like, you're not getting this. There's no way. He knows for sure with that whizzer and the underhook on the right, if he's disciplined, he won't be taken down.
Now, Alec Connelly, he really has set up a stall in both rounds. He didn't manage it in the first. What can he do differently here? He's seen the way that Manuwa sprawls. He's seen the way he keeps himself up. He's still desperate to get him down, but when he doesn't, you feel the fight starts to go away from him, Chris.
I don't see him being successful with a takedown attempt in the clinch. Manuwa is huge. That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what he needs to do. He needs to change levels and get underneath and shoot like a wrestler or drop like a wrestler. Don't try to play judoka. Don't try to play a situation, you know, like in Greco where it's mostly clinch.
And Manuwa reverses it.
Man.
Plays him at his own game, Chris.
Yeah, wow. That was really crazy the way Manuwa chose to put him on his back.
And just like us, you get the feeling that Connelly just did not see that coming.
No, I don't think so. I don't think Connelly in his wildest dreams imagined that Manuwa would want to get down on top of him in close guard.
But he's also now got to be very careful, hasn't he, Manuwa?
Yeah, it was a nice position that Connelly had. He was looking for an armbar, but Manuwa just, as I said, timed that escape and right back up to his feet in an instant.
That takedown, and we saw there, and you said him getting into his guard, was that more psychological than anything else? I didn't think he wanted to stay there, Ben, but was it saying, hey, you want to go there, I can do this?
And scoring points. You know,
yeah.
he hits a takedown, he's on top, has a chance to land a few good ground and pound shots, he's got good reach. And
that's better for me from Connelly, timing.
Yeah, and a shot rather than going from the clinch. Look at that sprawl from Manuwa. I mean, the reason Manuwa did it is just taking advantage of your opponent. This is MMA, you know, if you're one-dimensional, you're not making use of the full palette at all times. A guy like Manuwa is well-versed in all the elements of MMA, so why not? You know, that's my argument, is why not? If he's not got his opponent hooked onto his neck, you know, take him down.
Now, Connelly, for want of a better term, actually failed there, but I thought it was a better way to set up your attempts. He's looking more varied in his takedown attempts now. He didn't succeed, but you could see he's thinking.
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, the shot was initially successful when he changed levels, but I think he needs to set it up maybe with some punches. I'm not sure Manuwa, there he goes. Manuwa doesn't want to be here on the ground, especially if he's in the guard of a high-level jiu-jitsu guy. So there's a lot of angles to this, a lot of theory craft kind of coming to formulation. You know, if you ask me how would I defend, how would I attack against these guys with their skill sets, you're seeing a lot of that unfold here. It's just Manuwa's got the upper hand.
And he does the trip this time right at the bell, and you heard Jimmy there say, lovely, lovely. I agree. I think he's 2 rounds to the good.
Yeah, that was a real nice trip there. Actually, no, nearly a throw from Manuwa. Actually forced Connelly to fall to the ground as he was off balance. But Manuwa just really displaying a good amount of excellence and discipline to execute the game plan, Malcolm.
It's a third and final round, Chris, and Alec Connelly has got to find a way to get his offensive going. I feel he's got to tap his man.
There was some outstanding corner work from both of the teams here in between rounds. slowing the breathing down. Both fighters look so fresh going into this round, and high-level stuff here, and worthy of a title fight in my opinion. But Connelly, arguably probably 2 rounds down. It's a close, a close 2 rounds down. It's not a 10-8 round in any case, but I don't know if he'll be able to stop Ben Manuwa on the feet, but he definitely needs to get Ben Manuwa on his back and pass if he's going to put him in any sort of submission danger. I don't see it being from his guard. He's already been on his back several times.
Apart from taking that last left, the crowd you heard responded because he did get through with some little shots when he closes that gap more fully, Chris.
Once he does, he needs to change levels and get underneath Manuwa.
Well, he almost had a knee there for his troubles. That's the danger when you've got to get inside the taller man.
And the danger when you're trying to shoot as well. I mean, I hate shooting. It's so dangerous in MMA. But I feel like his inability to get him down in the clinch means you've got to drop and change levels. And a very lazy kick attempt. I think Manuwa's going to make him pay with a big couple of kicks in a minute. He's going to get his timing down. The danger is if Manuwa kicks too much, he gets taken down. So,
well, the thing also for Manuwa, I think he's probably been told, you can stay cagey, you can keep calm, you're 2 rounds to the good, don't make mistakes, just look for opportunities but don't force them. And I'm sure that's what he's doing here. This is a man who's waiting for his man to initiate because I think he feels he's 2 in the bag.
And if you were to consider at this point that the onus is on Alec Connelly to come forward, that would be a good way to do it. 1-2, big right hand coming in off that is wise, but not to the clinch.
No, the knees are instant.
And when you got a guy so tall against you, I mean, it's tough to outmuscle him in the clinch. You really can't big brother a guy like Ben Manuwa at this weight.
And then, as you said, he exploded with the hands afterwards, but Alec Connelly staying focused. He's never been in real trouble, has he? He's just not been able to get his game plan working for him.
The crowd really loving this one. There's a sincere element of demand for Connelly to come forward and make something happen. But Manuwa now, that was what I was thinking he was going to do. Big right round kick, couple of strong punches right down the pipe.
Yeah, and the timing as well. Superb time to, he felt, you see there, that Connelly was just beginning to get back into it, his confidence coming up, then he explodes forward.
He was going to look for the Ochigari again, that throw. But I'd like to see Manuwa actually break away and use his kickboxing again. I feel he has the complete upper hand, mostly due to his physical abilities.
Yes, there's very little that you can fault with Alec Connelly here. It's just, as we said, it's the attributes that you've got. Manuwa has managed to use them successfully.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I would probably say that Alec Connelly is probably more dangerous and versed in grappling off his back, for example. But when you factor in the frame and when you factor in the ability to physically, like you said, put tools on your opponent that they don't have a God-given answer for, there's not a whole lot you can do. And there we go. Looking to work off his back, but there we go. Manuwa times that limp arm escape and is right out of there. Ooh, nice little sweep from Connelly.
And you can hear the crowd respond to that as well. They're looking for every opportunity for Connelly to turn this to his favor.
This is where he needs to be. But big backdoor escape from Ben Manuwa. I like that ankle trip sweep he used, though, to get Manuwa down, but now Manuwa in side control in an instant.
Yes, nicely rounded. And I think Alec Connelly will probably have a newfound respect for his opponent now after this. With just 10 seconds left, I feel that it's been a real masterclass from Manuwa against a man we can see is skillful, that we can see is dangerous, but he's not allowed him to use his toolbox tonight.
And these two are such seasoned competitors, really quality guys to come in here and duke it out on Killicam tonight. But Ben Manuwa truly impressing with his level of control, Malcolm. An outstanding victory for the young man from the Lions Pride.
After 3 rounds of action, referee in charge, Andrew Nichols has called on our judges to make a decision, and all 3 see it unanimously for your new champion, fighting out of the blue corner of the Lions Pride Gym, Ben Manuwa. And let's hear it for Alec Connelly from the Mad Hatter's crew. All right, I'm here with the champ, Ben Manuwa. Ben, what a fight. You came in here against an opponent who on camera doubted your abilities. He said you hadn't fought anybody that actually looked that good. Perhaps you are just that good, young man.
Maybe I am. Maybe I am. No, respect him though. That's my hardest fight of all. He's a warrior and he'll go far. Well done to him. Big respect.
Now, Ben, has seen the difference here tonight was your ability to control things in the clinch, defend the takedown, and punish with straight punches and kicks beyond it. How do you feel about your performance, and what, if anything, was the game plan to come in here and fight for the title?
Mate, like I said in my video, we don't have a game plan. We bloody adapt to the situation. He come in, I thought he was going to be all K1. He done a lot of clinch work, tried to take me down and that, but we got a really good wrestling coach at Lions Pride. Obviously, he's got all his fans behind him and that. I mean, like I said before, big respect to him. But, boy, it is what it is. We're Lions Pride.
Now, there's a saying that lions eat first, Ben, in the gym. However, we've got someone here tonight who wants to come and have a word and chat that up with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Charlie Boy Howard. Charlie, give us your thoughts on Ben's performance tonight and what tools you believe you might be able to bring to the table and take this belt for yourself in December.
Listen, I am not gonna come in here talking about this boy. This boy, I have a lot of respect for your club, Lions Pride MMA, I really, really do. But business is business. Jimmy, like I said, I have a lot of business, but I really do believe I have the tools to come in here. Everybody's seen tonight what I'm capable of, and as you can hear, Ben's got plenty of crowd, I've got plenty of crowd, it sells. Let's get this fight, let's get this show on the rod.
Ben, what are your thoughts about that? Are you ready to come in here in December and make it happen?
Mate, I'm ready to fight anyone, whenever, yeah. I leave it in the hand of my coach. I'm thinking about going pro, so if he decides the fight's right for me, of course I'll take the fight. I've got a lot of respect for Charlie and that, and obviously, but he's in my weight group. Anyone in my weight group's a victim. Anyone in my weight group, you know what I mean, I might have to fight somewhere down the line. Lions eat first, damn no.
Ladies and gentlemen, check it here on Killer Cam in December. Ben Manuwa versus Charlie Boy Howard for the title. But one more time, the champ, Ben Manuwa, ladies and gentlemen.
So I want to give a big shout out to everyone who bought tickets, come to support, not just my fans, all the fans who come to support their fighters. Without the fans, these shows are nothing. I want to thank my sponsor, Boost the Fight Gear. I want to thank all my coaches, all my sparring partners, everyone down the gym, everyone from Croydon. Mate, we do this thing, bro. Don't ever get it twisted.
Lions eat first, Ben Manuwa.